Welcome to another episode of Holler Talk. I am Kyle, your executive producer, and with me I have
Neil Quick from Fenton, Missouri.
I'm Brian Rick, one of your hosts from O'Fallon, Missouri.
All right, in today's episode, we are going to bring up the topic of Ty Gibbs taking the number 54 to the Cup Series and the 18 car no longer in the NASCAR Cup Series, along with the signing of Ryan Preece to the number 44 and Cole Custer moving down to the Xfinity. I tell you what, guys. So the news came out the other day that the 18, for the first time in 20 years at least, is no longer going to be on the track for 2023. Don't know when or it will ever come back to the track. It's going to be different.
I read an article that said that Gibbs will bring the 18 back. I'm just going to put it in the garage for a little bit, but it will remain a Joe Gibbs car now and forever. So there could be something on the horizon there. Who knows? But here, honestly, I'm glad that Ty is going to be not in the 18 and in his own, 54. To me, he's already made the 54 famous, and that's his number. And
I agree with you.
Let him run it, man. That's to me, that's Kyle. But Kyle Busch should have negotiated, took that with him to over to RCR there. So,
yeah. Well, the 18's already infamous, so the 54 car has to be more infamous.
Right. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I was shocked, though. I really am shocked that they're removing the 18, even though as how iconic it's been for the last 15 years at least, and then even before then. To not see that on the track is kind of like when, RCR, semi-retired the 3, and we didn't see the 3 for the longest time. It was odd not to see it out there.
Yeah.
So,
well, my question is that 18, I mean, say they don't run it for a while. Do they lose that number, or
no, they own the rights to that number.
Yeah, they own that number they could put it in the barn for 50 years and come back and race it, but they're Gibbs going to do something. I don't know what it is. They'll keep that 18 for somebody special.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not that Ty's not special, but Ty is 54 special.
Yeah. Well, it's like what y'all were just saying a minute ago. The 18 is iconic with Kyle Busch,
right?
So why not give Ty Gibbs his ability to make the 54 iconic with his name?
And like Neil just said, he's already doing that, so he's already done that.
And
I agree with him.
Yeah. But it's going to be a change for sure. And honestly, it may be something that we don't even notice because you think about it.
I'm going to be watching that 8 car. The 8 car. I'm not going to be. Who else is there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I was going to say, you think about it. The 18, other than his one win at Bristol Dirt, he was kind of irrelevant this year, minus the fact all the contract talk throughout the season. Yeah. So the 18 probably will be missed by some, but probably not by many, should I say. The 54 itself, 54, yeah. We're going to see how that goes. I'm curious how Ty's going to do, in his own actual car, not someone else's car, should I say, for 2023. But it is confirmed that he is coming to Cup for 2023. I don't know what's your all's thoughts on that, knowing that it's now confirmed, being it was still kind of up in the air, but pretty much, a given that he was coming.
Man, Ryan Preece is a hell of a short track racer.
Oh, we're not talking about Ryan Preece.
Oh, what did I get off on?
Oh, no, we're still talking about the 54.
Ty 54.
Oh, let's move on. It's time to talk to Ryan about Ryan Preece.
All right.
Enough of 54 Gibbs, huh?
All right.
Man, the 54 is going to be strong next year, so let's move on to the 41. That's the one I want to talk about.
All right, hang on 1 second. Hang on. How many races does Ty Gibbs win next year?
2.
I'm gonna say he gets his first win, but he's gonna be tough. I think he's gonna. I think the second half of the year he's going to be really, really start to come on a little bit. But man, I'm gonna tell you guys, that first half of the season, he's gonna get roughed up.
You think?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I think he wins in the first half.
Now, wasn't
Really?
it one of you
Yeah.
all that was saying that y'all were probably joking around, but I'm pretty sure it was one of y'all that said Ty Gibbs wins Daytona 500.
I didn't
Which
say
guy
that,
made
but
that?
I would not. I would not be surprised.
See, I think that's Pindy there. I mean, he got with me confusing Gibbs and Preece a few minutes ago. I think he's got this is way off.
No,
But I'm gonna tell you, guys, when it comes to Daytona 500, that is
I
a
could win the
sleeper race.
Daytona 500. You could win the Daytona 500.
No, you could not.
Absolutely.
There's no chance in hell you ever. They're not even gonna let you close to a car.
hang
Unload
on a
my
second,
car.
guys. Hang on a second,
Unload
guys.
it.
I see you. I raced with you on iRacing Thursday night. I try
And
to
I
stay
can
away from
win.
you there. No, I stay away from you.
No. Did I not have almost a win and run out of gas? I mean, let's call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Daytona, of course.
Right.
All right.
I
Hey,
mean, complete skill set track.
hey,
Put me in 54.
I want the
I'm going to win the race.
I want the chat to comment below if they think Brian Rick could win the Daytona 500.
No.
yeah. I want to hear their
Is
thoughts.
this live
there.
or is this recorded?
This is recorded.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
And so, well, with that, there's some news out of the SHR camp, and actually, let's take a listen real quick.
I've got one goal. Win.
They give me phenomenal race cars. Just proud to be the one holding the steering wheel.
All right, it's confirmed. Ryan Preece to the 41. What do y'all
Who?
think? Ryan Preece.
What? Oh my God. I mean, I am a Cole Custer fan. I don't think he did what he was supposed to do over there. Preece deserves the opportunity, like we were just talking a few minutes ago. Penny brought up, but I don't think you could put much more of a hard-nosed type racer from the New England area. I mean, this guy's a racer. I mean, he's going to show up with a helmet and a suit, and he's going to be in something to race each weekend. Cup Series is where I guess the Cup Series is the opportunity he deserves and belongs. I'll be interested to see what he does in that Stewart Haas car, and be interested to see what that whole team does next year.
Yeah, the deck is pretty stacked right now. You've got Harvick, who is still a great driver, even at his age. You got Almirola coming back for I believe it's a 2-year contract, and then you've got Chase Briscoe, who just made it to the round of 8, in 2022. So Ryan Preece shows some promise out there. I think he's going to do something good with that 41. It may not be season 1. It may be a second season that he actually gets out there and really, hits the track hard. So we'll see how it goes.
Talking about Preece, let's backtrack. The ride that he was in over at Roush. Sorry, let's go back. Let's step back. And Buscher's in that ride now. If you guys owned a team and you had that switch, would you have put Buscher in over Preece? Buscher did win this year. He was the only win for RFK. But would you guys have made that switch, or do you feel those guys are equals?
Go ahead, Buscher is. I'm taking Buscher.
Really?
Yeah, that guy's aggressive, man.
So the way I see it is, let's just back up just another step here. Let's put Buscher and Preece in at the same time as rookies into the season. I think it's a tie. I really do.
I'm with Pindy. I kind of agree with this. I feel like they're equal footing drivers. They're both race car drivers. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see one above the other.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. They're the same for real. But if I'm picking one, I like Buscher.
Well, yeah, and then now you look at it this way: Buscher's now got at least 1 year under his belt in the Cup Series in the new car, so he's going to have that upper hand.
And here's where I'm at on this thing. Ryan Preece goes to Stewart Haas. Stewart Haas needs to step up their game. You know what I mean? I'm a huge Tony Stewart fan, have been my entire life. But they just need to get their Cup program. I mean, they need to step on the gas here, because I feel like they're falling behind. Kevin Harvick should be a threat every week. and he's just not there. Maybe, it could be a Kevin Harvick deal, but I feel like it's a performance thing. They need to figure out their alliance or whatever it is, all those inner workings. They need to get back to the Tony Stewart, Gene Haas level that we all know that can happen.
Well, go ahead, Neil.
No, sorry, Penny. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's going to go back to the Tony Stewart, Gene Haas days.
Yeah.
I think it's a Haas team.
I mean, I'm glad you said it because I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, Tony Stewart is in HR now. He don't give a shit about NASCAR. We said that last week. That guy, he does not give a shit about NASCAR. So
I wouldn't say he didn't give a shit.
He don't care.
Well, I mean, you look at it this way. He was the one pushing for Preece to get into that seat. And Gene was the one saying, no, give Cole another year for development. And I want to know, did they flip a coin and it just happened to land in Preece's favor? Or did Stewart finally, step up and say, hey, I care about this and I want him?
Salary situation. Wait a minute. Who's going to be cheapest here?
I'm telling you, there's got to. I'm with Penny on this. There is a Tony Stewart story probably behind this.
There's got to be.
But I'm going to be real honest with you. I think that whole organization, from the top to the bottom, Brett Frude, gone. Commissioner of the Lacrosse League, National Lacrosse League. Tony Stewart, gone. Racing top alcohol dragsters. Kevin Harvick's there. Who is going to be? Is Zippy going to be the guy that leads that team to the next step? And I mean, they've got a lot of veteran drivers over there between Almirola, Harvick, and then now adding Preece in there. And I understand Briscoe's still kind of new to the game here, but I mean, you go back and look at his ARCA experience and through the Xfinity / Busch series, that whole situation, he's got a lot of stock car laps under his belt and proved that his worth's there. So they have I would consider a veteran type organization with drivers there.
I have a hard time getting on that train. Here's my disappointment with Stewart Haas. When I think about Stewart Haas, right? Tony Stewart, we talked about this the other day. Cowboy. I mean, roughneck race car driver, has been quoted he would drive through his mother to win a race or win to a championship. I don't think there's anybody on that team right now that it has that mentality. Kevin Harvick, I mean, he'll race you hard, but he needs a faster race car. I want to see guys in there that are like-minded. Chase Briscoe, kind of there, but I want to see. You know what my dream was really? Kyle Busch to Stewart Haas.
That would have been an interesting move.
That's what I mean by I want to see I don't give a shit. I'm fast and I'm going to win races mentality with Stewart Haas. I just don't feel like they have that.
Well, you said it there. When you're talking about a cowboy type organization leader
right.
like Tony Stewart,
yes.
He's out there right now. It's just not Tony Stewart.
Agreed.
It's Justin Marks.
I completely agree.
It's Justin Marks, Trackhouse Racing. Them guys are out there pushing all the buttons. And by the way, they got John Wayne riding on their horse over there.
You ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. That guy, I'm a fan of him forever now.
No, man, I'm really happy to see the way the season ended for them guys, and it'll be interesting to see how Preece does in the 41 next year. And kind of like Penny said, it's going to miss the 18 over at Gibbs, but I'm sure Atai's going to carve his way through in the 54 and put a number out there that everybody's going to remember.
Definitely.
Yep, I agree.
All right, viewers, also below, leave a comment on your thoughts about Ryan Preece taking over the 41 and Cole Custer going down to the 00 in Xfinity. He will be joining Riley Herbst in the 98 for the Xfinity Series. Cole does have one win in the Cup Series, and the last 2 seasons he doesn't have any top fives. So I think another year of development in the Xfinity Series where he's already got 10 wins in the Xfinity. So I think it'll be good for him. I honestly kind of see possibly after Harvick retires. Okay, so he's got 1 year on this contract. It's not been said, but it's been speculated that 2023 will be the end of Harvick's NASCAR career. He will retire then. I wouldn't be surprised if Cole goes down for a year and then possibly comes back up into the 4 seat for 2024.
That's a good point. Very good point. And bringing that up really kind of opens a lot of eyes to everybody about that situation. I think that's a very, very good point, Penny.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've kind of beat that dead horse enough. Neil, you said you had some truck news. Tell us what you got there, man.
Yeah, man, just scrolling through some news and kind of keeping my ear peeled to a little bit of the truck series, what's going on. And I know this, we're going to go back a little bit. I know the big announcement towards the end of the season here was DGR switching over to Tricon
Garage.
Motorsports, or Garage. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tricon Garage. I got to get used to this, but they are a Toyota team. Basically now switching over from the Blue Oval over at Ford, but they're going to run 3 full-time trucks, and then a part-time deal on and off, and continue to run some ARCA stuff. But that was a big deal, big switch over there, and seeing Chandler Smith go over there with the 2 Gray Boys running full-time.
So before we actually move on from this, because this actually goes hand in hand with this. So as we all know, Deegan is a Ford driver, and since they switched to Toyota, she's no longer there at DGR. What are your all thoughts on where she goes next? There's nothing been set in stone. There's nothing really been said.
She's got an announcement or something planned, don't she?
Oh, does she?
I think so.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm going to
No.
tell you, they're scrambling right now. They have got to have her in the Truck Series or Xfinity Series. She's too damn popular, and the fact of it is I think she's got still a year or two of longevity with the fan base, and the fans want to see her. They want to see her out there, possibly in an Xfinity ride or back in the Truck Series. But the big part to this deal is, can Ford keep her? I mean, she's Blue Oval all the way, and I mean, it's a tough situation out there right now with the support with the Ford deal out there. She would be left basically to go to front row over there, the championship team from this year, like Zane Smith. So where he was at.
I honestly think I see her getting an Xfinity seat.
You do or don't?
I do. I really do.
You do.
Yeah. I think after her performance at Homestead, I think she's proved herself enough to get her a seat. Now, it may not be in the best equipment, but it'll be a Ford seat. I'm pretty sure if that's what, her future has in store for her is an Xfinity.
Well, let's just throw this out there hypothetically. Is there possibly a Stuart Haas, another Xfinity ride being worked on right now?
Well, that's what I was just reading. I was reading this because I thought I had read something, and it was a Stuart Haas Xfinity deal, but this article says that ship has sailed with the Cole Custer deal, but don't 100% rule it out. So who knows, man?
I'm telling you, the money behind Ford and on this deal,
Yeah.
they're going to steer her into a ride somewhere.
Yeah.
And I imagine it won't be too long, and we'll start hearing something developing on this, because, guys, there ain't much of an off season here.
No.
No, we got less than 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely. But continuing on with some Truck Series news here, if anybody's looking for some new Camping World Truck Series employees, Hattori is having a fire sale over there. Crew chiefs, car engineers, marketing directors. They're looks like Zipadelli leaving Hattori, the latest one to leave. Chase Purdy made his announcement that he's going over to drive for Kyle Busch, driving Chevy trucks next year, so he's out of there. Sounds like Hattori's got some changes going on there for next season, so it'll be interesting to see who's over there and what's going on. But definitely looks like a fire sale going on over there. More news: veteran Brian Patty been named to be crew chief of Kyle Busch Motorsports, will lead the number 51 team for next season in the Truck Series. So Brian Patty's been around a long time, got a lot of experience, so it's interesting to see him move over that direction. So kind of interesting, some stuff there that's going on. And then basically that's just some of the tidbits that have been going on in the Truck Series.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, silly season does continue still. And then on top of that, as we all know, that was made, a month and a half or so ago. We've got Kyle Busch to the 8 at RCR. So I'm excited for that. I tell you what, 2023 is already starting to look like it's going to be an interesting year already.
I got to ask one question, because I already asked this before a different way. How many races does it take for Kyle Busch to win the 8 car?
6.
Ooh.
What race is Vegas? Second one, third one?
I'm not too sure what the schedule is.
I'm going Vegas out of the chute.
Really? Yeah, I could get behind that.
All right.
Hometown in his Chevy. Yeah, I'm calling it Vegas.
I'm gonna say it right here.
So before
Kyle
you,
Busch wins the Daytona 500.
No,
Yep.
ooh,
you just said
Right.
you were going to win.
Yeah, but I'm gonna run second.
all right.
I
so
mean, you've said 4 guys in the last 5 minutes are
No,
going to win the Daytona 500.
Kyle Busch. Damn, man.
I
don't know.
Brian
Said Ty Gibbs was
says
going to win.
Could be tie.
Brian says Daytona 500 race 1 that
I
Kyle's
take my
going to
tie
win.
back. I'm going with Kyle Busch.
All right, so he's saying Kyle Busch at Daytona 500. Neil, you're saying the third race of the season at Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah.
All right, and I've got race 6, so that's Circuits of the Americas.
The road course? Come on. What are you
I
thinking?
mean,
It
look,
could happen.
He did win on dirt, which was very odd, even though it was a different
I think
circumstance.
he'll be strong straight out of the chute, guys. I
Oh
think he's
my
gonna really
gosh, that
perform.
guy is yes.
I think RCR's got a trick up his sleeve with Kyle Busch. I think that's what's going to happen here.
I think the secret weapon is the man on the seat up there, Randall Burnett.
Hmm.
He's really been the guy that's been in the leadership role that's got Reddick there, and nothing to take away from Tyler. I mean, he's a hell of a driver. Be interested to see what he does over there too. And something we really haven't hit on a lot is his deal with 2311, but we'll be talking about that here soon as some more news pops out.
Yep.
All right, guys, we ready to pack it up and take this hauler on down the road?
Yeah, my closing thoughts for this episode. I think you definitely need to title this Brian Rick picks everyone to win the Daytona 500.
No. Yeah. Actually, that's good. That's not bad. It's not bad.
Even the pace car wins.
Hey, I went with myself. That's not going to happen. I rescind my Ty Gibbs. I'm going
Hey,
with Kyle Busch.
hold on. I want to go back real quick. Just
Go
and I
ahead.
know the viewers don't care about our races. Where did you end up in that race?
Who?
You, when you said you almost won the Daytona race.
I mean,
I think you wadded everybody up on the back straightaway.
Oh,
because
wait
you
a
were on
minute.
the
Wait.
apron.
Hang on. I got my car down onto the apron. I can't help it that everybody else ran into the back of it.
Well,
I'm looking.
okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
I ran out of gas. I put it on the apron like you're supposed to. I mean, somebody hit me.
Well, I mean, later in our series, if you go back to Daytona, I think I put a clinic on how to win Daytona, right?
You absolutely did.
Okay, I
You
just
did.
want to be sure.
And I was going by those rules and those skill sets.
Pat myself on back here.
Yeah,
What
that's a
season
good
are
one.
we in here?
All right, they don't want to hear this stuff, so it was good. Good little short episode here.
Yeah, it was. I love it.
I was going to find her a winner for the Daytona race.
You
Right.
picking one?
No, I was talking about where you had finished at.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was in the back.
Yeah.
We
Ran
got
out of gas.
trashed.
I couldn't even get around it. No, actually, my car was good.
Oh, you didn't get caught up in that melee you caused?
No, I didn't cause it. I think it was Brian McKeon that
Oh,
that did
Kyle,
not
you've got to get video of this.
Roll
He is
tape.
elucidating. Roll the tape.
roll the tape.
All right. Well, with that, I think we need to close these hauler doors and head on out.
Let's roll.
See you all later.